And that was all. Thank you for sticking to the end. You have now completed all the videos in course number 1, which is Introduction to UX. We covered definition of the user experience. We talked about what is the difference between UX and UI. We talked about the distinctness between these two disciplines. Then we talked about what does a UX designer actually do, what are his job responsibilities, and when talking about it, we sort of elaborate on what user experience discipline is actually all about. Then we talked about the user centricity of user experience, how we put the user in user experience and the name. Then we talked about a few key principles of UX every designer need to be mindful of when in this discipline and building products and services. Then we talked about some immutable rules of design, which Jacob Nielsen recently shared in a conference, which are those rules which have stayed the constant throughout the decades as design and this discipline has been evolving, but there are some key rules which have stayed true and constant through the time. Then we talked about usability in a great bit of detail. We defined the what, like what usability actually is, why is it important, and how you can improve usability of your products. Then in Design Thinking 101, we dissected and talked about design thinking in great detail about what it, like how design was actually in how it was a part of the processes previously, a bit of history session there. We talked about design thinking, what it actually is, how you can implement it, what's the process like, what things you need to be mindful of, what are the advantages of using design thinking. So we covered all of that in design thinking. In Jacob's law of internet user experience, we further elaborate on the Jacob's law of internet, which is that users spend want your site to operate in the same way as other sites operate. So we further talked about this law. Then we talked about mental models, a very integral concept of HCI, human computer interaction. We talked about it elaborately, like what are the two different aspects of its definition and how you can build with this concept in mind and improve your products and services. And lastly, in the end, we talked about interaction cost, a very interesting concept of how you need to be mindful of the cognitive load of your services and your products, and how much interaction is required for the user to reach to that end point and get value. So that's all about interaction cost. So that was course number 1. Thank you for watching all these videos. I really, really hope that you found this course helpful. And if you did, then you have my email. Feel free to send me an email. Tell me about which of the videos you found most valuable. You have my LinkedIn as well, where you can always connect. And I'll see you very soon with my next course. Thank you. Bye bye.